Hey everyone, it's Arminder here, and I am about to try for the very first time a brand new rum. It's the Papalin Jamaica High Ester. This is a brand new rum that should be hitting the market in the next couple of weeks, I believe. I was able to get my hands on a sample, and it's a very interesting rum. First of all, in the title is High Ester, and boy oh boy, is that quite the term. In many circles, it's quite a loaded term. I think, when you say High Ester, I think that builds certain expectations, like we kind of saw with last year in the El Dorado High Ester blend. You slap that on the label and people have certain expectations, and it feels like, regardless of what you think of the rum, I obviously am a huge fan of it, I think a lot of people were disappointed in that rum because it said High Ester, so they had certain expectations, and I don't think it met those expectations. So that's very interesting to get another rum with the words High Ester on the label, and we'll see if it meets whatever expectations of it that I have. Now, it is a Jamaican rum, so I think it's probably more likely going to succeed in that, but we shall see. Overall, what is this? This is a blend of 3 different pot still rums, all of which are aged 5 years. The 3 rums that are in here are from 3 different Jamaican distilleries. We've got Worthy Park rum in here. This is their WPL mark, which I believe is one of their lower ester marks, funny enough, even though it's a high ester rum. Relative to maybe other rums, it's maybe fairly high ester, but they are capable of making higher ester rums than that, but WPL it is. The second rum in here is Long Pond's STCE mark. STCE mark. Yeah, that's the one. Where the WPL was from like 60 to 120 grams per hectoliter of pure alcohol, the STCE from Long Pond is mid 500s to 700 grams per hectoliter of pure alcohol in terms of ester levels. And then the third and final rum in here is from Hampden Estate. It's their C Diamond H mark, which is their second highest rum in terms of ester count, which comes out to like 1,300 to 1,400 grams per hectoliter of pure alcohol. And so all 3 of these in some sort of combination of proportions or whatnot is blended together and bottled at 57% ABV. All very exciting if you like Jamaican rums, if you think you are a fan of high ester rums. And so I've poured out the sample, or most of it actually. Haven't really smelled it yet, haven't tried it yet, and I'm looking forward to seeing what I think. And this is just going to be a first impressions video, right? It's going to be more of a gut reaction. It's not going to be a definitive statement. I truly believe that I am not capable of making a definitive statement after just a single pouring. So you'll at least get a kind of sense of what I think of it, what I think it smells and tastes like. And then, you can go from there if you want to get your hands on a bottle, and whether I want to get my hands on a bottle. And speaking of which, I don't have a price point for this. I don't have that information. It's not available yet. Let's give it a smell. Well, right away, what it kind of evoked was a little bit of like plump golden raisin note, which I really like. The Hampden component here, like I said, is C Diamond H, which is not what I often associate with plump golden raisins. I think it's a lower mark from them that I get a lot of golden raisin from, but it's kind of what I'm getting. That's actually really nice. Trace amounts of like pineapple for sure. I'd say more than that. There's a decent amount of pineapple here. I will say when I first poured this out here before I started recording, from here I got a big whiff of it, as I'd hope from something that says high ester on the label. It would definitely did kind of immediately hit you in the nose. There's a little bit of banana note here as well, kind of getting a little bit of that Worthy Park banana here, that kind of mashed up banana baby food kind of note here as well. So to me, it kind of checks off the 3 things that I like to see in terms of fruit in my Jamaican rum, which is obviously pineapple, but like a nice mushy banana note. And then lately, what I've gotten really excited about when it comes to fruit, of course, is, like I said, the raisin note. I'm kind of getting all 3 of them here on the rum, which is nice. On the nose, I'm not really getting any kind of industrial notes, weird notes, strong, intense alcohol fumes, or anything like that. What did I say it was? It was 57% ABV. There is probably a touch of that, like oak, baking spice, a little bit of caramel. But to me, the predominant notes are those kind of tropical fruit notes, which is, I don't know, I think what you kind of want from a Jamaican rum. This is what I want. Yeah, that's a fantastic aroma. Anyways, let's give it a sip. Cheers. Whoa. Definitely has some bite. Oh, it's going. It's tingling. It's not my first sip of alcohol of the day. In preparation, I took a quick little shot of Appleton Signature to just kind of, get the system going. I've already forgotten what I tasted. There's a lot going on, but I can tell you right now on the finish, there's like this crawling sensation on my kind of tongue and back of my mouth. I don't know if you saw that, but I just spilled a bunch on my jacket. Awesome. It's gonna smell like Jamaican rum for a while, because I'm not gonna get around to cleaning this. I'm gonna forget and be like, why are things smelling like banana around here? Well, it's because you spilled rum on your jacket. Second sip, far more acclimated. Lovely, what kind of is perceived as almost like a sweet wood note. I'm still getting it now. Oh, but real quick, notes are coming to me. It's that sweet wood note's kind of turned into a little bit of absinthe. Oh, and it's not strong. It's there though. It was a nice journey where I got a little sweet wood, some of the kind of barrel-derived notes, and even now, still getting absinthe. Oh yeah, that's cool, because I'm a huge fan of absinthe. I like it in my cocktails. I don't really drink it neat, but I like the note of absinthe, whether it's actually absinthe or not. But I do like absinthe in my cocktails. Now, there are fruit flavors, but they're more caramelized and bruleed. I would say caramelized bananas, caramelized pineapples, grilled, but caramelized. So some of that happening for sure. But it keeps on going back into that little bit of absinthe note, which to me is so far the best part. Yeah, I'm trying to find another way to describe that crawling sensation. Maybe it's a little slash of acidity, a little bit of maybe minerality, a little bit of rockiness there that kind of cuts through that sweet wood, and that maybe is the dividing line between the fruitiness and then into that absinthe note. Now, in terms of high ester, what does that mean in terms of how it translates into taste? I don't think that's possible. There's not an equivalence of like something high ester, therefore it's going to taste like this. To me, oftentimes I think it's, at least how, in my limited experience, things that are high ester is more of a sensation, right? Whether it's a prickliness or a sharpness or this little pop of acidity, that kind of thing, or how long it lingers and the boldness of the flavor and aroma. I'm getting that, but I'm not like getting it to the point where I feel like it's, I'm looking at a bunch of rums here. Like I'm doing a shot of like rum fire, even though I'm sure rum fire relative to what's in here is less esters. That just has a little more intensity. I think here that the wood aging has rounded it out. And even though there's C diamond H, I don't know how much actual C diamond H is in here, right? Could only be 10%, could be 15%. I don't know if it's equal thirds or not. Didn't do enough research before this video to kind of give you answers like that. And I don't know if those answers are out there. Having had a good amount of this now, I think this would be fantastic in a Mai Tai. I don't think definitely don't have enough for a 2-ounce Mai Tai. I could maybe make a 1-ounce Mai Tai, but I'm intrigued. Let's just kind of put some closing thoughts here. I am intrigued enough to want to buy another bottle. There's enough notes here. Love the aroma. Really in love with that kind of fizzy, shimmering, crawling sensation that leads into that absinthe note that I'm kind of really enamored with. I don't know the price point yet, but depending on what that is, I think I want to grab a bottle to kind of continue the experience. Yeah, I think if you come into this will be more high ester than in terms of what you are expecting than like the El Dorado high ester blend. This is kind of playing in that Jamaican high ester space, and it's doing a lot of things that you would think in terms of funkiness and intensity and pungentness. I think it's more fruit forward on the aroma than it is on the palate. At 5 years, I think that might be the perfect amount of aging, because you still get so much of the boldness of the distillate. And that 5 years just rounds it out enough to add a little bit, like I said, that sweet wood. And I'm sure it's contributing a little bit of that absinthe or something, but you're still getting a very lively, energetic, electrifying rum though it's mellow enough and it feels very manageable. It doesn't feel like a harsh rum. And the other thing, as someone, I feel like I'm always talking about this and it's really annoying at this point, so I apologize. But I'm always going on and on about how Jamaican rums, oftentimes the higher ester ones can trigger heartburn for me, and that can be a unpleasant experience after a certain amount of sips. I haven't thought about that at all with this, like not once, not even after the initial sip, which oftentimes will like spark a little pang of like heartburn, and then as I progress into the rum, like it just gets worse and worse. That has not happened. What that means, I don't know. I don't know what the secret is about why this isn't doing that, but I'm very glad for that. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Those are the notes that I'm getting. This is the overall vibe of the rum. It may change the more I drink it, for good or for worse, right? I might end up overall not liking it once I buy a bottle, or I might come to like it more and more. That's just how these things work, right? These are all just initial first impressions. But this is all about giving you a sense of it, what it sort of tastes like, and the overall vibe of it. So that is it for the Papalin Jamaica High Ester. Excited to have tried it and looking forward to drinking more of it. Thanks so much for watching. If I do end up getting a bottle of this and drinking a good amount of it, you know, a couple, 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 different sessions. I just rattled off a bunch of different numbers. But after a good amount of time drinking it, if I feel like I have actually something to say about the rum, then I will probably maybe do like a proper video tasting review of it. But for now, that was my initial first impressions. Thanks so much for watching. And if you want to support this channel, actually, check out my Patreon page there. I have exclusive content there. I also have a Discord channel where you can hang out and chat through text, not through voice chat, although yes, we have that functionality. But anyways, you can chat with other rum nerds, other rum lovers, people who just want to talk to other people about rum. That's the place for it. So come and hang out with us. And that is that. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you all next time. Cheers.